You like that?
If you're into your delay effects, then you're going to love Sandman from Unfiltered Audio. This is one of the best delays I've had in this studio for a while, and it's capable of everything from ambient textures to glitched out buffer effects and filtered tape-like analog delays. One thing I can't promise you is that you'll leave the studio once you're loaded up, but if you want to follow along with anything I'm going to demonstrate here, you can go to the Plugin Alliance website and grab it as a fully functional 14-day trial. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you everything Sandman can do in the small amount of time that we have here, because the only limit here really is your imagination. This thing's got 2 LFOs, a dirt circuit, variable sample rates, and loads of other amazing features that are just going to have you playing with it for hours and hours, and that's guaranteed. So let's go and take a look at some of the things that Sandman can do for you in your mixes. Here we are in an active project with an instance of Sandman loaded, and it's actually treating a single synthesizer here at the top of the mix. I'll play the entire mix and then we'll listen to the synth in isolation. So this is a synth by itself. It's actually a hardware synthesizer, and we've got some basic delay already placed on the track. Now, Sandman is a delay unit at its heart, and we can create these basic stereo delay effects very easily by engaging tempo sync. We've got a musical measure of 1/16 applied here, and we've got this little button here engaged, and this gives us stereo ping pong. If you want a mono delay effect, you can just turn this off. Now, if things are a little harsh, you can engage the built-in low-pass filter and increase the feedback. This creates a nice contrast between our original synth, which is quite bright, and the delay itself. We can hear this clearly when we stop playback. Now, these tempo synced effects are obviously great, but if we want something a little more interesting, we can turn this off and we can work with very short delay times. This will essentially give us modulation style effects very similar to chorus and flange. What you'll hear here is the synthesizer line dry, and then I'll mix it to 50% so you can hear the chorus effect in action. You can hear this simple short delay time with a moderate feedback gives us a really wide, lush chorus. By making subtle alterations to these short delay times, we can move from flanges to choruses and phasers in real time. Another way to add variation to these effects with very short delay times is to use the sample rate control. This essentially changes the sample rate for the entire delay engine. We can add pink noise by using the dirt control, and this helps to smooth the transition when moving between different sample rate settings. Here it is on a percussion loop. One of my personal favourite controls in Sandman is the sleep control. This freezes the output of the delay and gives you an instant buffer effect, which you can alter in real time. So let's take a listen to that. We can now change the start and end points. And as we get very close together, we get almost granular style output. This can be combined with the sample rate control. Undoubtedly, these are effects you probably haven't heard from many other delays, but it doesn't stop there, because if we open up the lower part of the interface, we see there are 2 LFOs. Each one of these LFOs is syncable to the tempo and also has multi-mode, so we can change the waveforms from sine wave to triangles to even sample and hold down at the bottom here. We can also modulate several different areas, and each of the LFOs can modulate these independently. So let's say here we want to modulate our delay time with this LFO on the left, which is slow moving, synced and set to sine wave. Small amounts of it will give you tape style modulation and that randomness that sounds great in analog delay units. The second LFO can be used to modulate more interesting effects, like the sample rate. And feedback. As you can hear, Sandman goes far beyond what most delay units are capable of and gives us sounds that really only this plugin is capable of. If you want to take a look at it on your own system, remember you can grab a 14-day fully functional trial from the Plugin Alliance website. So get yourself over there, join up and grab Sandman to install yourself. And remember, you're probably going to lose hours of your time playing with this thing, so be prepared to close the studio door.